How does a government fund its ambitions without running out of money? The answer lies in the public debt, a concept that quietly shapes India's economic stability. The Indian constitution draws a clear boundary. Article 292 authorizes the Indian government to borrow amounts approved by the parliament. Article 293 restricts state governments to borrowing only from the internal sources. Thus, constitutional design explains an important reality. The center carries both internal and external debt while states rely exclusively on internal borrowing. In India, central government liabilities are classified into three parts: internal debt, external debt, and public account liabilities. But when we speak of the public debt, we refer only to the borrowings against the Consolidated Fund of India, that is, the internal and the external debt of the central government alone. Internal debt forms the backbone of the India's fiscal system. Its most important instrument is dated securities, long-term fixed coupon bonds that finance the bulk of the fiscal deficit. Supporting them are the treasury bills, short-term zero coupon instruments used to manage cash mismatches. This includes 14-day T-bills, small savings-backed securities, and SS bonds for liquidity control, and securities issued to institutions like the IMF and the World Bank. Together, these instruments reflect a carefully engineered borrowing framework balancing growth, stability, and constitutional discipline. For more such clear and exam-oriented explanations, stay connected with Vision IAS.